hella funny, man. Where the banner?
Saying no. Niggas know how I'm bumming, nigga. Yeah. Fuck what a nigga say, I feel like Dre. Man, the game is thick. Suckers wanna play and load my K until that bitch click. Big stick, hanging out the bottom of my 4-5. No lie, if I whip it out, somebody gon' die. Only time you hard is on the gram when you go live. Flexing with a tube but never blam, I'ma blow mine. Won't show mine until it's go time. Nah, you can't hold mine. Yeah, I got the whole mine, I'm on the goal line. And I'm going for 6, watch me up the scope. Caught him at the stove, he was with his hoe. Had to let him know, that's your ass, you don't get it past. You reap what you sow. Why you speaking low? Speak up, boy, you been a hoe. Boy, you been a bitch, get off dick, tryna steal my drip. Look up in the air, you see me, I'm fly as bird shit. Never on no nerd shit, why you on that lame shit? You don't want no smoke, you get smoke with who you hang with. You know what I'm saying? Lame ass niggas talking about they on some gang shit. Nigga, you was a bitch, nigga. Matter of fact, nigga, you was a hoe. Nah, you ain't no hoe, cause hoes get dope. Man, that pussy ass a cat.
We fucking lied, my niggas.
Tell him free to act. Feeling free of rat, you know he told how you sleep with.
And you got a Polish just for show. You ain't gonna squeeze with that. Cuz I was going crazy on that, man. Heart2Start Fantasy Podcast. COVID Kev here. Still on quarantine, so to speak, man. You know, the lights is still blinding my eyes a little bit. So, you know, we gonna bring it back like that. Heart2Start Kev. Usual suspects. Workz, what's happening?
What's happening, man? Happy Sunday to you fellas, man. You know what I mean? Let's kick this 6-10 off the right way, man, with these wide receivers, man.
Wide receiver
talk. It don't even seem like we talked about no receivers. We already 16 through 20 coming up on the running backs, man. It seems like we ain't talking about no receivers since fucking July.
It has, right? You know, we slow and steady wins the race. You know, these rankings change so much that, you know, sometimes it's time to, you know, take it as slow as you can, but we're going to speed up real quick, real soon, because these preseason has started already. You know what I'm saying? But matter of fact, we can just talk about the story of the week. I guess you could say the story of the week since we're on wide receivers. Justin Jefferson with the AC joint sprain. What y'all think about that, man?
I ain't shook. Sit down for a couple of weeks. You know, preseason, he wasn't going to play a lot in preseason anyways. That's for damn sure. You know, the number 5th overall receiver in last year's rankings, or finished as the 5th wide receiver overall. He don't need to prove too much, you know. And in my rankings where I got him at today, you know what I mean? He's just a little low, and I did this shit, you know, a couple of weeks ago. My rankings, because we was going to drop back to back, but, you know, shit happens, you know what I mean? You know, but, you know, I just got him a little lower just because, you know, just based on I want to see him do it again. But he's up there. He's in the top 10, and I ain't shook at it of him coming up in this draft. You know, these redraft joint sets coming up.
Sophomore slumpies starting already.
I think he's gonna be all right, man. You know, AC joint sprain. You know, he got way more than enough time to recover to get right, man. For week 1, that's really what matters for a youngster like him, man. You know, I'm definitely terrified of that sophomore slump thing, man. That kind of happens with a lot of those receivers. So, you know, that's something to look out for. But we'll get into a lot of that later on, man, when we start addressing where he falls on this list. So. Yeah, man, I'm definitely not in panic mode.
No, definitely. Their offense is too potent over there, you know, and they invested in their offensive line as well, too, over there during this offseason via the draft and whatnot, you know what I mean? So I think they're primed to go ahead and make that 7th seed as a playoff team this year. Definitely, bro. You go get Pat P over there. You know, and Zimmerman is a defensive-minded coach, you know what I mean? You know, they get a little – if that defense could step it up just a tad bit and compare, you know, to what that offense is doing, they might make a push for that 7th seed overall, you know. And, you know, it seemed like every year in the playoffs, bro, the teams that went the year before, a lot of them don't make it the following year, 100%. So they could be one of them ones that sneak up in there. Definitely. I like the Vikings offense in a whole. You know, shout out to my guy Titi.
If anybody knows me, I'm superstitious. You know what I'm saying? I had Jefferson in my top 5, number 5. You know what I'm saying? And I'm scared now. You know what I mean? Like, hey, it might make me like Titi a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe just stay away, or just straight Irv.
Did you
That
go
might mean a little
get
better for
one of them
Irv.
leagues, dog?
You said what?
Did you go get D.D. Westbrook in one of them leagues? I could have swore I seen
I
you
did. I did. I was just trolling a little bit though. It's preseason, so I got moves to blow. A lot of these leagues we in, there ain't no move limit, so I'm gonna stay shooking and jiving. You know what I'm saying? Dropping and flopping. That's just what I be doing. But nah, it just I'm superstitious, man. And did y'all see who's on the Madden cover? Side note.
No, who's on it?
If I ain't mistaken, I think it's Derrick Henry. So hey.
So he's on your do not draft list.
He's officially on my do not draft list. Now I think Madden 21 is actually
should be 20. Is it 21?
22?
21, 22, something like that.
And I ain't played that shit
Lamar Jackson.
Long, bro.
3 covers, Lamar Jackson. I'll figure it out for y'all though. Them is who you stay away from though. Them Madden curses be real.
They trying to break the superstition, trying to have more than one person on the cover.
Right.
Yeah, but shit, last year Mahomes was on it, and I mean he didn't have but he was banged up and he had some woes, man. So we gonna keep the superstitions away from here. I'm sure y'all gonna hear plenty of it when it comes to it. But shit, man, let's get into these rankings, man. We go ahead and throw this ticker down there for y'all. And let's hit it, man. JD, who you got at number 6?
My guy, fucking AJ Brown, dog. A 25.8 target share, which was 8th in the league, man. And the boy only played 14 games. So, when he's on that field, he's commanding targets 100%. Even though you still had the likes of Corey Davis over there, who lightweight had a breakout season. You had the boy John New, 100%, dog. I think this boy AJ Brown with 106 targets, which was only 30th in the league, but he does his damage. Oh, excuse me, my bad. When he gets on the field, bro, you can't fuck with him. 426 on the yak. That's 11th in the league, man. So when he catch the ball, he running with that motherfucker. He's like a running back playing receiver, kind of like Debo, but he way better than Debo, bro. You're not bringing that dude down. If you go look at his measurables, that's a little stocky little dude that when he get the ball, it's hard to do anything with him. You know what I mean? Red zone targets was 13. He had 13, which was 24th in the league, man. You know what I mean? This dude is, only 11 TDs, which was 5th in 14 games. He's scoring a ton of game down there, dog. I don't know what else I can say, bruh. 647 completed air yards, you know what I mean? His receiving yards was 1073, you know what I mean? But he missed a couple games. That's the only knock with him. He misses a couple games his first 2 seasons in the league. But when he's on that field, he's commanding targets and he's doing damage when he get the ball in his hands. And I think having Julio over there with King Henry in the back is going to make life even easier for him this season, especially if he play all 17. He going to be a top 5 receiver at the end of the year. That's my guy. I got him at 6, 100%, and it's going all the way back to his rookie year. I got the draft board to show y'all that I drafted him and DK in their rookie seasons. That's how high I was on, but that's how I feel about the wide receiver position anyways. I feel that rookies can walk right in and dominate. We was just off camera talking about, the motherfucker that got hurt. Look what he did when he walked in. Dominated.
I'm messing with AJ. What you think about AJ right there? Work.
I like AJ right there. You can't beat it. AJ just has all the measurables. You know what I'm saying? He can get you. He can beat you in every which way. I think it's going to be more predicated on how they run that offense now. Adding Julio, you got to try to get his touches. Even though I've been reading that Julio's been a little nicked up, so we got to keep our eyes on that. So. If Julio's able to stay healthy, then I can see AJ Brown's numbers dipping just a tad bit, But if he does stay Nick or is Nick, man, AJ Brown has capability of being top 5 wide receiver, man.
Does he make your top 10? Because I noticed he ain't in there.
See, that's one of those things. Once you start getting into 10, 11, and 12, 13, that can be negotiable. You know what I mean? Because there's a couple other players that's right there negotiable with AJ. So, I mean, he's not going to crack my top 10, but he definitely has a skill set to be, like I said, a top 5 wide receiver. But
so is it more
he's
so
not cracking my
Julio
top
being
10.
over there, or more so the offense?
Offense, because I expect it to be a little different. Each new coordinator is not going to keep it exactly the same. You know what I'm saying? They were heavy AJ Brown dominant. So new coordinator, I'm expecting the new coordinator to say, hey, you know what? I got this Julio character over here. He moves around the field a lot. That's going to open up the offense even more, having a player like Julio that moves around, known for moving around. Oh, man. If I'm a coordinator, I'm opening it up. Sorry, AJ, but, I got to take some touches away from you, man. Yeah, that's what it boils down to for me. So, I mean, technically speaking, he can crack my top 10, but, he's right there at that 11, 12 mark for me.
I think AJ Brown is really, really, really safe. He does it, like JD said, he does a lot with a little. His first year, only 52 catches, but he had 1,000 yards. You know what I'm saying? 8 touchdowns. Last year, he bumped it up to 70 catches on 106 targets. But he missed some games. So he could have went well over that 1,000, but you look at, like you said, new coordinator, Julio coming in, which is going to take something from him. You know what I'm saying? I think he continues to be efficient, but he's at number 9 for me. He's at number 9. He ain't far. I could have had him outside the top 10 because I wanted to put somebody – I just say this. I wanted to put Mike Evans in my top 10. I really wanted to, but I just couldn't do it because of – all the receivers that's in my top 10. He just, he's close, but, I could argue that AJ could be higher than 9 or less than 10, you know what I'm saying? But he's in that category he's as safe as you're going to get. Now, am I spending a second round pick on AJ Brown? Probably not, but he's going to be right there in that early third if he don't get taken in the second, and you can't argue with someone like him being there at that spot. Where you been seeing, you said you've been doing a lot of, super flex drafts, but AJ Brown in the third round is a steal.
Oh, man, I definitely agree with that. And you got to remember, we didn't ran through 15 running backs, 16 I think 15 running back. I don't know where we at on the running backs, because that's all we fucking been doing.
15.
Everybody's fucking favorite position, except for Cuzzo. He don't like the running backs. He waits. But you know what I mean? You got to remember, them running backs in a 12-team redraft, no super flex, it's only going to be Devontae Adams, Kelsey maybe in the first round, and Tyreek maybe in the first round. The rest in the first 2 rounds is going to be nothing but running backs until you get to the end of the second. So, the top 15 running backs going to go in 18 picks. So you're going to be able to go stack AJ. Matter of fact, the motherfucker, I was watching my boy out of New York, New Jersey, wherever the fuck he from, BDGE. You know what I mean? Shout out to them dudes. I fuck with them tough. He was saying, man, in a best ball draft, he wouldn't mind having a Tannehill, King Henry, and an AJ stack, even though you're going to have to reach. But that's a hell of a stat, because any given week, one of them dudes is going to go off, and you're going to have a week where all 3 of them dudes go off. 100%, bro. That's how high that offense is over there, and I agree with that, bro. So, yeah, definitely, getting AJ at the end of the second, somewhere in the third, that's a steal, dog. And especially if the boy played all 17 games this year. You see what he do when he get the ball in his hands. He played 14 games last year, had 11 TDs. And there's blow-up games that AJ be having for 30s. 100%, and he's not no consistent deep down the field target like Tyreek or somebody. But when you got 1,130 air yards and 647 completed air yards, he's Tannehill trusting him down the field. You know what I mean? 100%. You know what I like. You know what I like to do when I'm drafting. I like to go like my first 3-4 rounds. I like to pick players who are their number 1 option on their team if I can. Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Like, who's a player that to win, he has to get the ball. You know what I'm saying? Definitely AJ Brown is, but I look at who's the person that has to get the ball over there, and it's Henry. You know what I'm saying? So that's sometimes my knock on who am I grabbing at this spot at this, and I'll go into my number 6. My number 6 is D Hop, which could easily be in the top 5. He's never had a top 5 finish in the last. I mean, past a top 5 finish in the last like 8 seasons or something like that. I looked the stat, but we said it on the other episode. But somebody like D Hop, I know they're the number 1 option in this offense, right? So I gotta have him over AJ Brown. You know what I'm saying? He commands the targets. He commands, you know, the offense running through him. Even though it's through Kyler, he's his number 1 option. And when it comes to, you know, me getting into that second round, you know, I'm looking at, I just picked him in the super flex in the second round, him and Ridley back to back. You know what I'm saying? In the second and third round, super flex being, you know, 2 QBs, obviously. But, you know, it's just D Hop is as safe as it goes to me. You know what I'm saying? 1,400 yards last year, 150 catches off 160 targets. You know, he's as durable as they come. He always plays through injuries. He's probably one of the guys that's always labeled as questionable throughout the week, every single season. And there's no doubt that he's going to play. Every Sunday, he's questionable, but he's going to play. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's the thing. That's why I got him at 6 as well. You know, why I wouldn't put AJ that high. Same kind of argument, Kev, you know what I mean, just to be completely real. It's the simple fact that D-Hop is a dog, man. He is a straight dog, no matter which way you slice it. Every corner in the league gonna tell you D-Hop is a dog. So, honestly, that's it.
The Bernard Hopkins. For sure. You thinking of Bernard Hopkins? You said the B Hop.
I said B. I meant D, man. D Hop. Yeah, that's what I meant. D Hop, man. My guy D Hop, man. Yeah, man. He definitely has it, man. You know. So I got him at 6 right there, man, as well. And compelling argument, man. But even though, like Kev said, man, I could throw him up there in top 5 easily. So
if I was rewriting mine, but my bad, JD. If I was rewriting mine though with Jefferson hurt, he would slide up to that top 5.
Yeah, that's where I had Hop was at 5 on my mama. And then my thing is just like how I was talking about AJ Brown. You know, D Hop had 547 yaks. You know what I mean? That's second in the league, dog, on a 29.4 target share. He's getting all the targets in that motherfucking offense, 100%, bro. You know, you can't fuck with that dude, man. And then, you know, 866 yards and completed air yards. Man, they pushing the ball down the field. And then when we did our top 5, I let it be known that he broke the Cardinals record for how many targets in a game, his first game, and they played the game. 100%. Kyler know what it is. Once they traded for him, Kyler already knew he had that guy.
Wax in the building. He came in laughing at my glasses, man. You know this COVID light, man. This monitor is so bright right here. That shit fucking with my eyes, man. I had to bring the glasses back, man.
I see you.
We over here talking about these top. We just jumped into it. You didn't miss nothing, man. You know, Wax in the building. You didn't miss it too much. You got the sunflower seed. It's a cold ass wedding going on right here. It's a cold ass motherfucking wedding.
These pistachios, baby.
The pistachios, you know what I'm saying?
Pistachios go crazy. That's one of my favorite seeds, bro. Oh, this nigga went and got the yak. Oh, you back?
That's why I took you 15 minutes.
You was running from the drink.
Hey.
That's how he was in the studio. My cousin had me on some rum or some old shit, and you was thundered the next day. And now you back.
Hey, that's why you was 15 minutes late.
Studio,
David Ruffin had to stop and get him some yakety yak right quick. You know what I'm saying?
Is that a pint, bro, or is that just a half a pint? Because if it's a pint, you back.
Oh, that's the pint.
That's the 375. Oh yeah, you back.
That's the pint.
You back, bro. Is you gonna run through it tonight?
You know it.
I ain't mad.
Wax, we jumping in. We jumping in.
I ain't even gonna lie to you. I already smacked the half pint.
Oh yeah, already. Yeah, you back. I can't wait to get in the studio.
You know that nigga getting busy, man.
We drank it.
Hey, we gonna jump into. We're gonna jump into number 6. We're gonna jump into your number 6, Wax. You actually just came in right in time. Keenan Allen, you got him at 6. Talk to us.
Yep, I got Allen. And look, you know, Allen got them hands and them feet on the sidelines like Chris Carter used to have. You know what I'm saying? He got that young quarterback over there, Herbert. He gotta throw to him. That's a security blanket. You know what I'm saying? They gonna end up being one of the best 1-2 punches in the league this year too. Who was the tight end they just picked up? Matter of fact, I got him on our dynasty.
Jared Cook.
Yeah, Cook gonna be a nice little pickup for him too. He gonna open up some more little lanes for Allen. You know, I like Allen and Herbert over there. And look, in year one, they already was getting busy with each other. The chemistry just gonna be even better.
Yeah, I can't be mad at him at 6. He is one of those players that, you know, he kind of really don't be getting the respect year in and year out. You got people arguing about he don't get the respect year in and year out. You get people talking about why is Keenan Allen still here in the drafts? Like he's one of those players that get passed on by a lot of owners. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I mean, you know, coming into it last year,
it's not flashy.
It's not flashy. Coming into last year, you had Herbert. They didn't know if he was going to start. They had Tyrod at first, so that was definitely a knock on him.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But
they sabotaged Tyrod, bro. Since when did the NFL doctor puncture somebody's lungs?
Yeah, that was a sabotage for sure. But you know what I look at when I look at him though? Last year, I look at it kind of being a little outlier, right? He was the number 14. You know, he didn't crack 1,000. He had 992. He only played 14 games. You know what I'm saying? 8 TDs. But the year before, the 3 years before that, number 6 overall, number 12, number 3. I think he can get back to that 3-6 range for sure. And I'm not mad at him at your number 6. And as I'm looking, he ain't too far behind for you, JD, too, at number 7.
No, definitely. And my thing is, you just got to understand he was playing with a rookie quarterback last year. So some of them targets that he received might not have been where he wanted it to be at. You know, the ball placement and all that might not have been there, you know, at the beginning when Herbert jumped on the field. You know, so going into a whole off-season, which Herbert didn't have last year, he was thrown into the fire. And he produced like he was built for this, and which it showed that he is. And then with the investments that they made on that offensive line, when we talked about it last week about Austin Eckler, you know what I mean? I'm definitely all in train. And Keenan Allen is consistent. I mean, and like you said, he don't get the respect on the outside, but in the inside, as the league as a whole, it's a lot of motherfuckers that have vouched for him. But like Workz said, nigga, it's not flashy. But yet, just like how Wax said, the boy got that footwork in them hands. You know, they just showed something on a Bleacher Report how he cooked one of his DBs over there. And, you know, they got Casey Hayward, and it's another boy that they got over there. Casey Hayward is a Pro Bowl corner. I don't know if that's who it was. I really didn't pay attention to it. But the way that he cooked that boy with that footwork, you know, that's Ocho Cinco-like type shit. That's Chris Carter-like type shit. You know what I mean? That footwork.
That's what I'm going to say.
Dancing 100%.
That's what I'm going to say about Keenan Allen.
Somebody. We can't put Chris Carter in the same sentence. This what
I'm saying about Keenan Allen. Even though I got him at 10, he's way more than capable of being higher than that. I like Keenan Allen because he is a technician at its highest degree.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? You know, it's just no other way to slice it. He's a technician, and most technicians, it's not cute. You know what I mean? It's not cute. Technicians don't make it cute. That's why it's called a technician. You know what I'm saying? He's going to get the route done. However he gets it done, he going to end up taking off, man. I mean, he's going to help Herbert take off, man. It's going to be nice to see Keenan Allen going to finally get his love this year. Watch. I really see it happening for him.
Works. Keenan Allen on the 6th floor at the VA with the IT with Luong in there.
Look, I'm gonna say this. We got Keenan. Me and you, Workz. We got Keenan Allen at number 10. I could tell you why he's back there at 10 for me.
Y'all got him at 10.
I'm gonna tell you why he's at 10
for me. Hear me out. The return of Austin Eckler, Jared Cook. He's a big target. You know what I'm saying? I love that. That's a great addition for them. But I ain't gonna just put it on him. I'm gonna say Eckler back. And I'm going to say, where does a technician usually work? How many yards? Where do they work?
Middle of the field.
Middle of the field, right? Herbert
likes the field and the edges.
Herbert likes to take chances. And guess who's back looking to make a name for himself? Mike Williams. And I think the connection that Herbert and Mike Williams got, you bring back Eckler. I think that's enough Not to make Keenan Allen not be the number one receiver on that team. I'm not saying that at all. But Herbert got other people to go to. You know what I'm saying?
Look.
Keenan Allen is going to be safe. That's why he in my top 10. But cracking that, like we just talked about it. I like the players that they got it. This player has to be damn near involved in damn near every other play for them to be successful. And I think they got enough weapons over there that might hold Keenan Allen back a little bit.
I got two stats. So his target share was 26.8, which was 5th in the league. Then his red zone targets was 7. He had 17 red zone targets, which was 9th, but he only had 8 TDs. So if he with no Hunter Henry, we don't know what Cook is bringing into this offense right now. They got a whole new head coach over there. You know what I mean? If he can convert a little bit more of them motherfucking red zone targets into touchdowns, he shoots up. I think he can crack. I think he's had a top 5 season as a receiver already. I think he can get into that with the investments they done had, just like how you said they brought Eckler back. You know what I mean? Even though we think of Eckler as a PPR back, but Eckler also had 700 yards in the 19 season. You know what I mean? So it's going to be a well-balanced offense, so you ain't going to be able to lock in on just Keenan or lock in, you're not going to be able to lock in nowhere because it's going to be so balanced. And then the way that Herbert has played, he's going to be able to spread the ball around, but Keenan will be able to still continue to do his damage because I don't think the production is going to drop off 100%.
So what you about to say?
This is why I say I got Keenan at 10. I got Keenan at 10 because my 1 through 9, they all stretch the field. No problem. You know what I'm saying? Even 11, even my 11 through 15 even can stretch the field. So the one thing that hinders him not being able to stretch the field is the one thing that also is going to help him in that offense that they're going to run. They got a defensive-minded head coach over there. So I expect them to be more so ball controlled and then taking shots downfield and then letting Eckler just eat how Eckler eats. You know what I mean?
They lost a lot of games close, too.
Go check out Brandon Staley, though, bro. Go check out Brandon Staley and what he does.
No, I understand it. I'm familiar with Brandon Staley. I'm just saying as far as the type of flow that they're going to have to their offense, it's going to help him out a lot. You know what I'm saying? But to touch on your stats that you threw out there as far as his his red zone efficiency, the problem is he can't stretch the field. So him not being able to stretch the field is limiting his red zone opportunities. And then, like you said, there's other weapons over there too that's also going to hurt him in that sense. You know what I'm saying? But he's at that safe spot for me at 10, just because he's one of those players that man, if when he's going, he's on, and there's no cover, there's no stopping him when he's on.
If Keenan Allen was my number 1 receiver in the draft, that means I probably went running back heavy, and I'm completely happy with that. I'm great with that. Like I have no problem with that. But like I said, he's at 10 and not up higher. I could have put him above AJ Brown. I definitely could have. But again, I'm going with those. Our offense is not successful without this person. And I think that Keenan Allen can miss some games and they'll still be just as successful, even though I love him as a player.
No, I like how you brought up going running back heavy and having him as your number 1 receiver. And then just to double back, 17 targets in the red zone, which was top 10 in the league with a rookie quarterback for 12 games. 100%. That's not bruh, that's big. 100%, bruh.
Hey,
the only thing that he's not getting is the downfield play, but yet we play PPR. So when you getting 100 motherfucking receptions, which is top 5 in the league, dog, it ain't, the yards matter, but you know what I mean? A lot of these dudes be having a lot of yards, but the receptions don't be there. And you can go check our first 1 through 5 episode, and that's where I got DK and Tyreek at. You know what I mean? It's because lack of efficiency or hoping that they do get more receptions, because they doing their damage on 80 receptions, but they having 1,400 yards. Give me 90 to 95 receptions on your 130 targets, and then you're going to have like an 1,900 yard receiving season like Calvin Johnson. 100%. So yeah,
but see, that's what I don't like too, though. You just basically made the same point that Workz just made. When you looking at Keenan, ain't no deep threat like that. Most of us are in. Most of the leagues now give bonus points for 30, 40-yard reception TDs, 40-yard catches. You're going to get more points with the yards that they get. Give me a lot of these deep threats that's finishing higher than Keenan Allen when, Keenan Allen is still safe.
That's why them dudes is in my top 5. That's why Keenan at my 7, but yet he getting 100 receptions a year. We played PPR 100%. So every catch that he getting 100+ catches a year. You getting the points as well. On top of 17 red zone targets. Give me some more touchdowns. He can jump up into the top 5 with them other dudes that's getting all the yardage. 100%.
Just to let everybody know that's listening, we're not arguing that Keenan Allen should not be in anybody's top 10. We just looking at because JD and Wax got him 6 and 7, and me and Workz got him at 10. You know what I'm saying? So we're getting into the why do you have him there? Why not here? And these are some good arguments like that. I like that for sure. Let's get into the number. Let's get into the next show. It's a debate show. Let's get to you, Workz. We're gonna go with number 7. Number 7, I'm looking at Justin Jefferson. I know we talked about him a little bit. If you want to, you can skip and go to 8 if you want to go to 8 with DK. Since we didn't talk about Jefferson, it's up to you.
You on mute.
You on mute, Workz.
There we go. My bad, gentlemen. But yeah, man. As far as I'm gonna go to my 8, but real quick for Jefferson at 7. He's right there. Honestly, he should have been higher, but him having that small little situation with the AC joint, he's sitting right there at 7, so that's a perfect spot. So when I run to my number 8. Oh, damn, what's my number 8? Hold on real quick. DK. What I want to see from DK, and the reason why I got him at 8 is because in that offense, they kind of have him one-dimensional. You know what I'm saying? I want to see DK move around the field more like a Julio. You know what I'm saying? Those big wide receivers, they make themselves one-dimensional when they only play one side of the field, the X or the Z. You know what I'm saying? I want to see him move around in that slot. You know what I'm saying? I want to see him do a lot of different things. That's what I expect them to do if they plan on opening that offense up. If they do that, then DK has the opportunity to go even higher than that 8 spot. But right now I'm going to sit him at 8 because I'm just not confident that it's going to be a lot of change in that offense over there in Seattle.
And he was the number 7 last year in PPR, if I'm not mistaken. So it's definitely not far off. Wax, what you think? You got it. You got DK right around there too, number 7. You got him at 7.
I got DK 7 just because I know Russell is using him more than what he using Lockett. You got to get the rock to DK. He's like the new Julio. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know who got more hands, him or Julio, because they both dropping stuff. Then
Julio got more hands. DK, he looks like he gonna drop it every time he go deep to me.
Hey, DK is just a young Julio. That's how Julio looked his first couple of years too.
But I got
speaking for Falcons fans,
man, for real.
Because I just he gonna get a lot of volume on the catches. They depend on him. I know every year he been getting better, and just I think Russ gonna make sure he eat. If he go
JD, not my fault. Go ahead.
Julio, DK.
So look, I'm gonna go JD. Since you got Keenan Allen at 7, I'm gonna do my 7 because.
Let me say something right quick before you go. Mm-hmm. DK, my number 2 receiver. If none of you motherfuckers that's watching this right now, go check the 1 through 5. DK, my number 2 receiver going into the 2021 season. 100%.
You standing on that too?
Man, I just reiterated it. That's why I had to do that.
I heard that. I just had to make sure, brother.
Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all my number 7 since I know 2. I think Workz, you had him in your top 5. I'm gonna go with Calvin Ridley. Mm-hmm. Calvin Ridley is my number 7, and honestly, after the Jefferson injury, I would like to move D Hop to 5 and Ridley to 7, and then put Jefferson you know what I'm saying, a little later, just based on. But Ridley, 1,300, you know what I'm saying, 90 catches on 143 targets. He only played 15 games. You know, before he got hurt, he was on a tear at the beginning of the year last year.
Man.
You had Julio miss some games. You know, you take Julio out, and I would be worried if Ridley was the only weapon over there, but the fact that they added Kyle Pitts makes me that much safer with Ridley. I like Ridley coming out of college. I liked him as a rookie. I had him his rookie year in a lot of low fantasy leagues. I'm team Ridley, man. Give me Ridley. Give me Ridley. You can add him up to 100+ catches. You said what?
That red beanie for the Falcons. I know that.
Oh,
look,
no,
I'm gonna tell you why you say
shit right now.
I'm gonna tell you why you say for Ridley, because even in Julio's absence last year, Ridley balled out, and so that told me that there's no fear there once Julio leaves the field. That tells me he's willing to step up. You know what I mean? So he should be ready to take over and be that real number one. Kyle Pitts is a help, but I'm really hoping that Mike Davis can turn something into something for us, man. You know what I'm saying? If he can at least get us a rack, man, you know what I'm saying? That's going to help that Falcons team out a lot, man, for real.
Explain to the people what a rack is, because we in Northern California. Some of the motherfuckers might not know what that means.
That's 1,000 yards, man. For y'all don't know, man. You know what I mean? 1,000 wow, man. You know what I mean?
Hey, I just took Mike Davis in the league that Cuzzo was talking about in the SBI Superplex, man, and them boys was disrespecting my, I guess they might have been writing Mike Davis off because, they was like, well, who's this second shit like that? But if you go look what he did last year in Carolina, come on, man, why he can't do that in Atlanta? They got the same amount of weapons. You know what I mean? We can argue that Matt Ryan is a better quarterback than Teddy Bridgewater. You know,
hey, well, let's argue. That's a fact. Let's see if you got Mike Davis in your 15 through 20 running backs. You know what I'm saying? But I hear what y'all saying.
No, Mike Davis,
he can help open it up.
I just want to state for the record that I did disrespect Calvin Ridley, and when I was doing my what are we on 11 through 15? No, we on 6 through 10 right now. My bad. When I was doing my homework for my 6 through 10, and I got to going through my boy Ridley's numbers, you know what I mean? I'm like, damn, this motherfucker, bro. Hold on. Look, let me tell you something. The air yards was 2,063, which was first in the league, and his fucking completed air yards was 1095, dog, with 1374 receiving yards. That means that Matt Ryan was pushing the ball down the field every time that he attempted to go to motherfucking Calvin Ridley, dog. Because his motherfucking yak was only 450. So if you go to his motherfucking receiving yards compared to what his yak was, that means that he was hitting for like 20 yards down the field on every fucking target, dog.
15.27 is what he was catching, but I know what you're talking about.
Man, that's big, bro. You know what I mean? I hate to say it.
Sign Ridley up for 90
targets, which was first in the fucking league, dog.
A thing that Julio is a knock on. He's a touchdown machine when it comes to that red zone, and not even just the red zone in general. I'll go his last 3 years. His first year, 10 touchdowns. Second, 7. Third, 9 touchdowns, and he missed some games. And he was playing on a bum foot last year. He was
the number one receiver in deep targets, which was 40. That just proves to me that when Matt Ryan was giving him the ball, it's pad, like you said, he had 15.7 yards per reception. You know what I mean? When he catches the ball, it's a fucking first down every time, dog. And Matt Ryan, every time he looked for him, it was down the fucking field. You bring in Kyle Pitts, somebody that's gonna work the first 15 yards from the line of scrimmage, you know what I mean? And you still got Russell Gage, who had a 70 catch season last year. You know what I mean? They not gonna lose it's not gonna be a drop off. And then you bring in Arthur Smith, from who he was just talking about, AJ Brown, and the fucking coordinator. You bring him in to bring that type of Tennessee offense into Atlanta. Is gonna be efficient, dog, because the Tennessee offense last year was definitely efficient, 100%, dog.
And you do realize who that Tennessee offense kind of favors, right?
The running back.
Nah, Kyle Shanahan offense.
Oh, okay.
Similar offense, similar West Coast offense attack.
That's
It's a
right.
similar
That's
offense
right.
attack. Try to
Yeah.
fool you with a lot of motion, but we really only running the same few plays. You know what I'm saying? One of them concepts in that offense, man. So honestly, I don't expect Matt Ryan to have any type of hard turnaround dealing with Arthur Smith. It'll probably be just a little different flow, but we're gonna be right there, man. We're gonna be right there knocking on the door for real.
Well, Matt Ryan is a pro. You know, he's 10 plus years in, #1 overall pick. You know what I mean? He's ready to go, bro. You know, he's mad that he lost his dog, but yet they done gained a couple dogs in there with Pitts and Mike Davis, and the lack of the running game with Gurley last year kind of hurt, but they ready to go, bro. You know, don't sleep on them boys neither. You know, I can see them easily at 8 games this year. You know what I mean?
They'll find a way to choke.
They'll
find a way to choke.
Yeah, that's what they say. It's like, and the same thing gonna happen to the Niners too.
Stop.
Y'all got the choke artists. Y'all got the choke artists now, though. So you can't talk about choking when the choke artists.
It's trade season, man.
Man.
Let's not make this a Niner versus Falcons because the Niners
fans
is at the top right here, and the Falcons fans is at the bottom.
Yeah, you know.
They still mad from that divisional game in 15, 14, whatever the fuck that was.
I think y'all was at the game.
Motherfucking house. And that's how we went.
Mad at that no more, man. We
ain't mad at that no more.
You know, you gotta learn how to turn the page,
y'all was
man.
relevant, dog.
Nah, last time we was relevant was in 18. Man, we went to the Super Bowl, man. You know what I'm saying? That's when we was relevant.
Oh yeah,
last year.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Hold on, though. Yeah, man. Matt Ryan,
we
man.
talking about choke artists. 22 points.
We choked the same way y'all choked.
With the same coordinator.
With the same coordinator that was y'all head coach.
Hey, let's not talk about this shit, man.
That hurts.
Hey, let's go
to the denominator. It's a common denominator. 6 degrees of separation.
Look, let's get into wax. We're gonna go with your number 8 because I see that your number 8 is also Workz number 9. Scary Terry McLaurin. Talk to me.
Yeah, look, he catch it out the backfield. You gonna move him around just like you move Ridley around. He's a weapon. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, the only weapons they got in Washington is Terry and Gibson. So he gonna get the volume. He gonna get the touches, and when he get it in his hands, he a playmaker.
1,100 yards, 87 catches with bum quarterbacks last year. He only had 4 TDs.
Exactly.
He only had 4 TDs. You give him 3 more touchdowns and 10 more catches, he gonna have that's 1,300 yards. We talking about Ridley numbers, damn near. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm a big Scary Terry guy. I made a trade last year so he could be one of my starting wide receivers every week. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I didn't win it all, so it really don't matter. But that's how much I believed in him last year, and I ain't even mad. Why you got him in your top 10, Workz?
I got him right there at number 9, even though he can easily be further up that board. But I got him right there at 9. It's going to be interesting to see what Fitzmagic does with him, man. The one thing I like about Fitzmagic is he's not going to be scared to push that ball. You know what I'm saying? And that's really the one thing that Scary Terry lacked last year. You know what I mean, with the quarterback issues he had, you know, none of those quarterbacks were able to consistently get him the ball in open space downfield. That's one thing that as long as he's protected, Fitzmagic ain't gonna have a problem doing. And I like the fact that he's gonna make sure Scary Terry gets his 10 to 12 targets a game. So that's gonna solidify him, to be honest.
JD, is there a reason you don't have him in your top 10? I don't got him in my top 10 either.
I mean, just the motherfuckers that I got behind him.
That's it. He could arguably, I could say he could be in there in my top 10. If I could, I would actually, if I redid my rankings and I had to take somebody out, I might put him over AJ Brown.
Yeah, AJ.
But again, I take Tannehill over whatever quarterback is over there in Washington, and that's the only thing. Plus, I love what the Washington defense is doing over there. So, you know, it's gonna be. I'm gonna say this. With Scary Terry, you're going to be able to get him in a good round because he's going in that 3rd and 4th round unless somebody loves him that much. If you getting him in the 4th round or beyond, you gonna eat because he gonna be like your 4th, 5th pick player. You know what I'm saying? And him being your 4th, 5th best player, ooh, he's a great person to target in those rounds right there for sure.
Yeah, nah, he's not in my top 10 just based on the quarterback play as well. You know, once the quarterback play gets better over there, he gets more reliable targets, you know what I mean, more better targets over there. Then, you know, the damage that he's done in his first year, you know what I mean, is great, you know what I mean. But, you know, my 10th receiver is in one of the most potent offenses there is, you know what I mean.
Hold on.
No, I wasn't gonna say no name yet. I mean, it's at the bottom of the screen, but yet though, you know what I mean. You know, it don't get no better than that. And then in the Atlanta offense with Calvin Ridley, we see that he, you know, it's all nothing. He led the league in damn near everything down the field. And then Justin Jefferson, as a rookie, I mean, 1,400 yards, fucking 88 receptions, 125 targets, which was 6th in the league as a rookie on a bum ass team. I mean, where else am I going to put him at? I can't put him over Jefferson. I can't put him over Keenan. I can't put him over A.J. Brown. I can't do it, dog. And so my 10th receiver, you know, I'm projecting him to take off this year, 100%. And I can't wait till he get to 10 so I can drop these numbers and let you boys know why he's in my 10th at my 10th spot. Yeah.
Okay, so look, we almost there, right? We could say Terry could be in the top 10. I could have him in there, but I don't have him. So I'm gonna go with my number 8 because none of y'all got this dude in your top 10. This dude was the number 9 PPR wide receiver last year, the number 7 before that, and he has some of the worst quarterback play every single year. Allen Robinson. Allen Robinson is my number 8 wide receiver. 102 catches last year. 1,250 yards, 6 touchdowns. The boy had Trubisky throwing him the ball at one point. The boy comes into the season supposedly Andy Dalton. But if y'all been checking out these highlights on the practice field with Justin Fields and some of these things he's been doing and some of these throws he's been making, man, lock Allen Robinson in for a top 7, top 8 finish for me. Allen Robinson. Give me money. Shout out to Bogart Scott Free.
I could definitely see that. You know, I also over the last few days have checked out Mr. Fields, young Justin, man. And young Justin, he look all right. You know what I'm saying? I can tell there's still some work there. But as far as a better talent and a better opportunity for Allen Robinson to get off in terms of having a decent quarterback, yeah, I could see that being where he falls. You know what I'm saying? At least in the back half of a top 10 finish in terms of stats.
Hey, and the biggest thing, he's playing for the money. He's on a franchise tag. Give him the bag. He want that paper, man. It's gonna be 2 things. Either he don't want to sacrifice his body when they lose it or whatever, and he like, you know what, fuck this. I'm on my Kenny Galladay shit. They don't want to pay me. We ain't with it. Or he gonna pay dividends for you. And you know, to me, he always kind of slips in that, you know, in them 4th round. So we talk about, you know, because top 10, let's be honest, you got top 10 running backs, you got top 10 wide receivers. There's usually 12 teams, so 24 picks in the first 2 rounds. So top 10 don't mean everything. I like to look at value. So when I say how I like to draft, you know, I like to look at who's the number 1 option on the teams. Allen Robinson stands out for me as being one of those for sure. Hey, Rob,
he
give me money.
Nah, you might have hit the nail on the head with that, Wax. He is underappreciated. Where do you think you can steal him at? High end.
Who, Robinson?
Yeah.
Robinson. Get 5th through 7th round.
Whew, I don't know. I think a lot of the I haven't been in no regular redraft leagues. So I ain't gonna say that, but I do know somebody gave up Devontae Adams and they packaged Aaron Jones and Allen Robinson in there. So I gotta say people ain't really high on Allen Robinson.
I had Robinson and Terry last year.
You did. I remember that. I remember you having Robinson for sure.
Robinson was getting
I ain't mad on Robinson. You got to think too though. They was a playoff team last year, wasn't they?
Yeah, because that defense.
That's what I was going to get to. So they're not playing for nothing. They still have playoff aspirations. You bring in Dalton. Dalton is way better than Trubisky. He was way better than somebody else that played there last year. I can't even think of who they was in and out for with Trubisky. It was another quarterback that they sat. I want to say it was Foles. You know what I mean? Damn, you bring in Dalton. You give Dalton the first 4 games, and then you have my boy Fields come in. You know what I mean? And he's gonna open up the whole motherfucking offense. They can say that Andy's starting week 1, but we all know that Justin Fields, when you trade up from the 18 spot to the 10 spot to go get a quarterback, he's gonna get on the field sooner than later, 100%. And then when you have a defense, a top 10 caliber defense that has carried you for the last 3 years. You know what I mean? Now you bring in a little bit better of a quarterback play, and they do have offensive weapons over there. You got Mooney on the other side. You got Cole Kmet, who's a candidate for a breakout tight end season this year. You know what I mean? You bring in Williams to back up Montgomery, which Montgomery was a top 5 finish last year. Montgomery is nice. Montgomery's a hell of a running back, dog. You know what I mean? They have weapons over there, bruh. You know what I mean? Chicago is not playing for just to be playing. They're playing to get into that dance this year, bruh. And Allen Robinson is a big part of that offense. I'm mad that I don't got him in my top 10. Is highly disrespectful. You know what I mean? But he will probably be my 11th or my 12th receiver coming up on this next show. But yeah, though, no, I'm on that. And then just like the same thing we said about Keenan Allen, if I go running back heavy or 2 running backs and a tight end or 2 running backs, then Allen, then a tight end as my first motherfucking receiver, man, I'm happy with that, dog, because I'm stacked in my first 4 picks, 100%, bro.
Nah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah,
I'm with you on that. D Wood in the building. Okay, so look, I'm looking at these lists, and a lot of our 7, 8, and 9s is pretty much the same, you know. But I want to get into the number 10 pick for JD and Wax because both y'all got him at 10.
Go ahead first, Wax. Let me get a beer.
Both y'all got him at 10. So just to look as I'm looking, let me be sure I'm right. So Workz, you got McLaurin right there at number 9. He's in your top 10. You got Keenan Allen at 10, like I got Keenan Allen at 10. I got AJ Brown at 9, and my surprise is probably Allen Robinson at 8. The number 10, who 2 of y'all got him in your top 10, Wax and JD, is CeeDee Lamb.
Yep.
Talk to me, Wax.
Look, I got CeeDee Lamb at 10. I almost would have had him higher. CeeDee Lamb is finna get off with Dak in that offense. You know, he's the new Rich Gannon. Dink and dunk. It's gonna be CeeDee Lamb, screen passes to Zeke, but he gonna look for CD a lot though. CD, you can move him everywhere. He get the ball in his hands, he's explosive. I'm telling you, he's gonna get busy this year. I almost put him over Jefferson just based on Jefferson. I'm Jefferson. I almost didn't have him in my top 10 just because I'm not a Kirk Cousins fan. I'm not a Kirk Cousins fan, even though he's got one of the best ad libs ever. You like that? He got one of the best ad libs, but I just ain't no.
Yeah, I'm not putting Lamb that high, to be quite honest. You know what I'm saying? The reason why I'm not putting Lamb that high is because I can find at least 3 more receivers that are proven that can earn that nice 10 spot. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, as far as my 10, as far as Kev 10, right now, who you taking, Keenan Allen or Lamb? Right now.
I'm taking Keenan Allen as safe as it could be. But
I mean,
bruh, I'm gonna keep it real. Lamb, he been going high, and I've been mad because I'd rather get him at that value, but he been going in like the 3rd, 4th round at the least. I'll be like, damn, I wanted Lamb, but I can't do it.
Workz.
I gotta see it.
Look who the coach is, Workz. McCarthy gonna use CeeDee Lamb like he used to use Kyle.
Nah, I think he's gonna use him more on a what's her boy name, man? Greg Jennings. as more of a Greg Jennings, as like a Donald Driver type of wideout. You know what I mean? So get him going in space. You know what I mean? Same thing he was doing with Devontae Adams too. Get him going in space and let him do his thing. You know? So I mean, don't get me wrong, he's a talented wide receiver. Everything is there. I've been checking him out too, as far as their little training camp, little highlights been going. And he look all right, man. So, you know, as long as they can get that train rolling over there and get that line to protect young Dak.
I love the potential, though. I love the potential.
The potential's there,
and
for sure.
With CD
for sure.
Is who are you picking him over? Because like I said, he's been going in like that 4th round. So now you're talking about picking him over. And I'm just going by the top 10 right now. I'm not going by the top 10, but if CD Lamb is picked in the top 10 of wide receivers, that means he's going over people like Mike Evans. I'll take Lamb over Godwin. But see, you know what? Y'all got me thinking now. Y'all got me thinking now. Lamb is that guy you might gotta take, and the dividends are gonna be paid really, really high because you're gonna go with the familiar name of maybe a declining player. You know what I'm saying? When you could have got Lamb. JD, take us. I know you want to take us there right now.
I'm just saying, I think the Cowboys' offense was the best offense in the first 4 weeks of the season. You know what I mean? And then with CD Lamb's numbers, his target share was 17.7, which he had Amari Cooper and Michael Gallup over there in them tight ends. You know what I mean? On bum-ass quarterback play from the last week 6 or week 5 all the way through week 6, 17, 100%. Ben DiNucci, I can't even think of the other white boy name over there. Dalton. They had a merry-go-round of fucking quarterbacks, dog. But I'm finna tell you some shit though. He had 109 targets with bum-ass quarterback play, 6.8 targets per game. That's almost 7 targets per game for a fucking rookie. He had 74 receptions, which was 23rd in the league, which was 4.6, almost 5 receptions per game, dog. 935 yards for the season on bum-ass quarterback play. 988 air yards, 599 completed air yards. His yak was 336 yards, dog. I mean, CD was eating 11 red zone targets and 6 TDs on bum-ass quarterback play. Now, you give me a healthy Dak where Dak was throwing for back-to-back 450-yard games, which ain't no other quarterback did, I don't know in how long. Get that. 450-yard games back-to-back, dog. On the best one of the for the first 4 weeks, their offense was compared to better than motherfucking Kansas City. 100%, even though that their defense was putting them in position to where they had to do that, but yet we don't worry about defense and fantasy like that. So if you giving me a share of CD Lamb and these mediocre numbers that he put up from week 5 all the way to week 17 with a merry-go-round of quarterbacks, and we seeing Dak is ready to go. Yeah, give me CD Lamb, and then you got to look at the fucking the Amari Cooper fucking injury. 100%. CD is finna be the alpha, and that he's a first round pick. He's finna be the alpha of that wide receiver core right now, dog.
Hey, JD, you sold me, bro, and I'm gonna tell you why. You got me thinking. I had to go pull up a list of some players. And I'm gonna read this list to y'all, and I think y'all might go with CD Lamb. Peep this: Woods, Cooper, Mike Evans, DJ Moore, Godwin, Cooper Kupp, Julio, or CD Lamb. When I look at that list right there, give me CD Lamb with a healthy Dak. What y'all think?
Kupp and Julio, they up there, bro. Julio would be in my stuff if he wasn't been hurt the last 2-3 years. And Kupp, depending on how doing, you see, I had Kupp and McLaurin at 8.
Look at this list, Workz.
I'm peeping it. You know what I'm gonna say? This is what I'm gonna say. Obviously, there are some players on this list that I can pick, but if we're talking about the ability to carry those type of stats into the future, like if we're talking more so dynasty, CD Lamb, obvious pick, right? But well, damn, now that I think about it, I damn near just might take CD Lamb. You know,
over these players.
I'm
Because
trying to
look,
tell
they
you,
gonna
look,
be there though.
he
At the
did
same
his
time.
damage on a
Hey,
17.7 target share, which that means he's not the first option, but yet he had 74 fucking receptions, almost hit for a stack, and had 6 TDs, bruh, with a merry-go-round of quarterbacks. We consider Dak a top 10 quarterback. We consider the Cowboys offense a top 5 offense, and then they're returning a Tyron Smith, a Lyle Collins, and I can't even think of the center right name, but they whole offensive line is coming back healthy, bruh. Then you got Zeke back there. I mean, that offense is a top 5 offense right now, bruh. 100%.
So look, this is the one thing that I'm gonna say in favor of CD Lamb, right? So if I'm not mistaken, Jerry went up a couple of picks to draft him, right? Am I not mistaken? Am I
What's about
mistaken
that
in
Wood? Did y'all trade up to go get him Wood? Because I don't remember. I know he
Right.
was like a top 16 pick or something that.
So if they went up to trade him, right, and last year was supposed to be the year, that's Jerry's guy. So Jerry's going to make sure that CD Lamb gets that rock. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, look,
I mean, and he's just waiting.
You know, Amari, you've been good for us, but guess what? CD's our guy right now, and we're going to make sure he gets that ball. We're going to make sure CD gets that ball. I can see. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to give you all.
Don't sleep on Michael Gallup either, though, because, you know, you can't sleep on Michael Gallup. He's a serviceable wideout over there, too.
I'm going to give you all a player who didn't crack my top 10 that I'd rather have over CD Lamb. And it's not because it's based on value. And I just want to throw this out there because I didn't put him on that list. I'd rather get Ayuk in the later rounds than reach for CD Lamb right there. I'd rather get Ayuk.
Hey, ain't no 49er wide receiver in the top 10 at all.
Not yet. Not yet.
D Wood,
that's a reach. That is a reach.
Kittle get picked in the top 2 rounds. He's a receiver, basically. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to keep it spicy. We ain't going to do it like that. I just wanted to throw that out there for the Niner haters. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather have Ayuk over CD grabbing him that early. But nah, man, I'm kind of sold on CD. But again, see, in AOB live draft, it's a couple people that I know going to take CD Lamb. Damo ain't scared to reach for CD Lamb. Damo will grab CD Lamb in that 3rd, 4th round. And I know he'll do that because he grabbed Godwin like that the year after he balled out. Go ahead, Wax.
D Wood, ain't no 49er wide receivers in the top 10. You heard me. You know what I said. Hey, but Kev, real talk, CD Lamb going anywhere from 4th round to 8th round.
No, he's not.
No,
he's not.
You better go. You better go.
No, he's not.
You sound like dude on Bogart's show earlier. You better go do a mock draft.
CD going at the very latest 2nd.
Nah, he for sure going 3rd round.
Early, bro.
All right.
3rd, 4th round, he's going, bro.
I'm just trying to tell you, you know, I'm you know,
the way that
the dominoes is falling, he's gonna be there, bro. No later than the motherfucking 3rd round. He's going in the 3rd, 4th round.
3rd, 4th round. He'll be going by the 4th.
He won't last past the 5th. He won't even last for the half of the 3rd round. 100%, dog. Especially the way that boys is constructing a team, bro. You can have CD if you go on wide receiver heavy and he's your 3rd receiver. You go 1, 2, 3 receivers. You're winning. You're winning right now. I swear to you, doggy.
But look though, what about this though, JD? We use a lot of people in the top 10 as an example for this.
As the measuring stick.
If you was, you know, you in the 2 rounds, you went 2 running backs. Are you comfortable with CD Lamb as your first receiver off the board? I'm not.
I am definitely. But see, usually, you know, with me, I'm 3 deep at the running back position. You know what I mean? I'm 3 deep, but I would definitely put him as my first receiver off the board if he's there and I had 2 fire-ass running backs. 100% I would, because I got him. That's how high I got him up there, and I see that the numbers that he put up last year with the merry-go-round or the musical chairs of quarterbacks that they had last year, and Dak is ready to fucking go right now. The Cowboys right now are a top 5 offense in the NFL.
They're ready to go 7-9 again for sure.
I don't care what their record is, but the offensive production that they put up is gonna be a top 5 offense in the league. 100%. And that can support 70 receptions to Zeke. He can support 90 receptions to CD. Another 80 to motherfucking Amari, which he be in and out. And then, Michael Gallup might have 70. 100%. He can support that.
Wood just said I would need 3 running backs to be comfortable as my first. And I don't see that happening unless your 3rd round pick, you picking like a spot or 2 in the 4th round. You know what I'm saying?
So what it would be is if you pick at the end of the first and then you get that 3rd and 4th back to back, you know what I mean? But I don't think you'll be able to get 3 running backs and go get CD in the 4th like that. Somebody's gonna go get him. 100%, doggy.
JD, we could politic for a baseball trade for that number 1 pick in football. Let me know.
Hey, look, y'all. But before they get sidetracked, man, this was a good show. I like where we headed at with these wide receivers. It get real spicy. But to me, one thing that I look at on our rankings is wide receiver is deep this year. Wide receiver is a position that's pretty deep. So to me, that tells me draft strategy wise, maybe this is the year you load up on a few running backs early because wide receivers is deep. We got players that's jumping in the top 10 that we kind of got to argue that maybe they should be there or shouldn't be there. And to me, we're going to see where this 10 through 15 goes in these top 20. You know what I'm saying? And I'm real interested in seeing what's going to happen. Look, Wood over there, this guy. But, look, man, Heart2Start Fantasy Podcast. Y'all know how we do. We keep coming at it. We're going to keep coming at y'all. What y'all got to say on the way out, man? Tell the people something.
I'm making the playoffs this year.
Yeah, man, we got that 11 to 15 on the way. You know what I'm saying, with the wide receivers. And we doubling back with the 15 to 20 with the running backs, right?
And then we're going to hit y'all hard with the tight ends. We're going to hit y'all hard with the quarterbacks. And we're going to get y'all right, man, for these fantasies coming, y'all.
Basically, your home leagues. This is what it is. This redraft season, dog. This is where you get to talking shit and swallowing spit with the rallies that you've been playing with for a long time, dog.
Huge cliff. Nigga from first to worst.
Right.
Man.
The 2 leagues that I'm in, these motherfuckers been going for the live draft I've been in for 10 years now. The league that I'm the commissioner of, this got to be the 7th or 8th year, and it ain't no new booties. 100%, dog. So this is bragging rights season. Even though we in all high stake leagues, all 4 of us, we got to put that cheddar down to jump up into the league. The money is the second thing. The first thing is to talk shit about who got that monkey off their back, just like how I did last year. 100%. Yeah,
he finally got the monkey off your back.
The monkey off my back.
Ain't no more cliff diving, Wood. We cutting all of that out, man.
I think it works to win it.
Hey, have y'all ever watched the person right? And they got the game where the yodeler goes up the hill, and then if you bid too high, he drops off the cliff.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, probably 2 out of 3 years, you be on a rampage. You know what I'm saying?
I'll be right there, and then it just be the last 3 to 4 weeks. You know what it is? I gotta get in the habit of at least trying to make a couple of adjustments that benefit me. You know what I'm saying? I made an adjustment 2 years ago, and I hurt myself. You feel me? I don't know who I traded to, but I hurt myself. And that's when I went downhill. So I kind of been on the fence about making them sloppy trades like that, man. Them peer pressure trades.
You be blessing niggas, bro.
Man, that's out of here, man. We driving a hard bargain, man. Real talk.
Hey, y'all. That was the show, man. Like I said,
that nigga said he won the Heart2Start League. Pull that up real quick. Man, jump your ass on the stream. You got 2 seconds right now to let us know you won the motherfucking league, bruh. damn, nigga.
Heart2Start podcast, man. We didn't
shout out to the nigga. He's a
champ. He won the 14 league, and we bringing that one back hard this year. It's gonna be popping, man. It's gonna be popping for sure, man. Hey, Heart2Start Fantasy Podcast. You know what I'm saying? Y'all mess with us. You know how we do. Like I said, we coming. We coming. We gonna keep coming. And just wait on it, man. We're going to give y'all what y'all need, man. Heart2Start podcast. We out. Oh, wait. Hold on. Let me see.
Wait. Who's
hold on.
I have a trade offer.
I have a trade offer. Let's see if we can answer a question right now. Let's see. I send him Eckler and Herbert. He sends me Gibson and Kyler Murray. Is it Dynasty or is it redraft?
Man, I'm so high on Gibson, bro. Look, I'm so high on Gibson, bro. I say do it, doggy.
I'm saying
I like that.
I'm taking Gibson and Kyler Murray. I ain't gonna lie. The upside right there. We know Herbert gonna do his thing. Redraft. We know Herbert gonna do his thing, right? We know Eckler, but just mixing it up with having Gibson, where you know Washington gonna run that rock. And we know what Kyler could arguably the number one quarterback this year.
No, I mean, he was the number one quarterback last year for the first 13 weeks of the season until he got that. I mean, you had him last year.
He hurt his shoulder. He got banged up.
Definitely on my mama. And then Kyler, not only will he throw for 4,000, 4,500 yards, but he can get you a stack on the ground if he wanted to, 800 yards. You know what I mean? Don't let him have that type of Lamar Jackson season that Lamar had when he won the motherfucking MVP, but Kyler is a better pure passer. Man, give me motherfucking Kyler all day because he presents the rushing yards and the throwing yards. And then, you know, I love Gibson, dog, this year, 100%. So, Sam, go ahead and do it, bro.
I'm going to say Kyler's ceiling is the number one quarterback. Herbert's ceiling is a top 5 quarterback. Eckler's ceiling is a top 5 running back. Gibson's ceiling is top 5 to 7 or 8.
Eckler like Turner on the Steelers now. He's finna get hurt again.
There you go.
What you think, Workz? What you doing right there?
I'm taking Gibson and Kyler because it's just way more upside when you attacking them points. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. I like that stack with Herbert and Eckler. But the problem is, what happens if one of them ain't hitting? You know what I'm saying? It's rare that Kyler's not going to be doing one or the other, if not both, in terms of running and throwing the rock. You know what I'm saying? So I'm taking that, Gibson and Kyler.
The number one quarterback for the first 13 weeks of the season.
I'm taking Kyler and Gibson also because they're on different teams.
Kyler running for a stack this year.
And he throwing for 4,500 easily. Yeah. And you got to remember, though, you got AJ Green over there, which, you know, I ain't going to say we're going to rely on him, but that's another weapon. You got Rondale Moore. You got a Christian Kirk. You know what I mean? They have a whole plethora of fucking offensive weapons over there, bruh. It's damn near what the run and shoot was when Houston was doing their thing with Warren Moon, man. That shit is completely open, doggies. 100%, dog. Give me Kyler right now.
Then AJ Green and Ice Cube in the big 3.
Hey, that was a good question on the way out, man. I hope
that's right, Sam. We appreciate you dropping in.
Come back and let us know if you pulled the trade off, man. We very interested to know, man. Great.
Go ahead and pull that trigger, man. Go ahead and pull that trigger,
man. Heart2Start, man. Podcast. We out.